The local spread of Delta variant infections rages as the latest daily cases attributed to it hit 640, of which some 50 were derived from migrant workers. An unsurprising development as the pandemic outbreak in the NCR shows no signs of let-up, even as numbers trend downward in several regions nationwide. PTV correspondent Mark Fatalco makes more sense of the numbers in this report.
The Octa research said the COVID-19 cases in the National Capital Region may peak to an average of 10,000 cases per day by end September, now that the declining reproduction rate in the region stalled at 1.4 to 1.45. At the same time, Dr. Guido David said the growth rate has stalled at around 15% and has delayed the peak of the pandemic.
Even with a more effective strategy now, that will reduce the reproduction number. Hopefully we can see the peak before the end of September, and cases will start to decrease by the end of September towards October. And of course, this is what we want to see. And we hope that we'll follow the path of Cebu City to recovery.
Meanwhile, Father Nicanor Austriaco said it is the healthcare workers who are getting overwhelmed by the increased number of those getting hospitalized from COVID-19 and that the hospital capacity is far from getting maximized. According to the DOH data, almost 70% of the hospital beds in the NCR are now occupied.
The numbers do not reflect what we are actually seeing in the healthcare system. Why is it that in the middle of a surge, right, and the surge was quite high for several weeks after this, why is it that we stopped increasing the number of occupied beds in the NCR?
Today, the DOH reported 640 additional cases of the Delta variant, bringing the total to 2,708. Majority of the 584 local cases have addresses in the NCR, Cagayan Valley, and Calabarzon, while there are 2 cases whose indicated address was the BARM. So far, 3 Delta cases remain active. 13 cases have died, while 624 cases have recovered. According to the UPPGC, they have scaled down their COVID-19 RT-PCR testing services to shift their resources on the detection of COVID-19 variants through whole genome sequencing. The DOH said this will enable PGC to expand processing of around 1,500 samples per week. And due to the attributes of the COVID-19 variants, a health experts said herd immunity in the country may be out of reach.
Now we know that herd immunity is out of reach, based on several factors. First, vaccines may not be transmission blocking. Second, we have new variants now that are more transmissible and vaccine resistant. Alpha is more transmissible, beta is more vaccine resistant, and Delta is both.
Mark Fatalco for The Nation.